I'm James Batchelor, I'm a journalist and I've tested cars and helped car buyers for the past 10 years for some of the biggest brands and names in the business, both in print and on YouTube. Today I'm answering some questions Motors.co.uk users have submitted, and I'm part of the team at Motors who are helping you find your next car. Okay, first question. When searching for my next car, should mileage play a big part in my search? I understand the higher the mileage, the more wear and tear there will be. But is it really a red flag? Could some cars thrive by going the distance? Wow, that's a good question. I mean, you are right. The higher the mileage, the more wear and tear the car will have. I mean, that's natural, isn't it? But you really shouldn't worry. A car with high mileage means the car is being used. It means things like the engine oil has got nice and hot and up to temperature and lubricated the engine properly. Things like brake pads, brake discs, even the air conditioning, they've all been used. And let's face it, a car is meant to be driven after all, isn't it? In your search, you will inevitably come across cars that say low mileage is a good thing. And it can be. But on the other hand, it also means a car has been sitting around for a long time, not doing anything for long periods of time. And that's bad for a car. So if a car is being used, it's good news. The next thing to say though, all of this comes with one big caveat. Yes, while it's good a car has been used, as shown by the high mileage, it needs to have been maintained properly during that time. So check service history, check invoices and bills and paperwork that come with the car, proof that the previous owner has lovingly looked after it. If you come across a car with a high mileage and little proof of maintenance, you'd probably be better off going for a car that has had maintenance and with a lower mileage. A well looked after car is what you're looking for, not a car with galactic mileage that's been unloved by several owners. Now, the last thing I would say on this is a high mileage is fine for the vast majority of cars, especially ones with bigger engines. And by that, I mean engines of 1.6 litres and above. Small city cars with tiny little engines, if they've spent a life being stressed beyond its purpose, it could cause you problems. So cars with engines of 1.6 litres and above, high mileages shouldn't be a problem. Below that, I'd start to get a little bit worried, really. Okay, next question. Hi, I'm looking for a second car, so our budget isn't exactly big, say £6,000 to £8,000. We would like a small automatic 5-door that will be good for short, everyday use. I say small, but a good boot is needed. Okay, right. Well, the Volkswagen Polo has long been a great little super mini, and it could be the perfect car for you. I mean, for this budget, the previous generation car will be within your grasp. So that's the car built between 2009 and 2017. It's comfortable, very well made, and it still looks pretty classy. It doesn't really look that dated. Now, the reason why I'd go for the Polo is because of its DSG automatic gearbox. Now, VW like these gearboxes. They give a smoother drive than conventional automatic gearboxes, and the DSG is a perfect fit with the Polo's, well, the Polo's relaxed nature, really. And because it's a Polo, you shouldn't have any problem selling it in the future. Now, the Polo has a very good size boot for a Super Mini, but it's still, if it's still a little too small for you, I would recommend a Ford Focus with the power shift gearbox. Again, this will be the previous model to the car that's currently on sale, but that's not a problem because the previous car is excellent. It's still a good car, nicely made, really fun to drive, and there's plenty of space. And that power shift gearbox is pretty good too. Okay, last question. I haven't got anything specific in mind. Colour, make, don't bother me, but I do have some specific requirements due to my lifestyle and work. I need an enormous boot. I have 70 kilograms of dogs to cart around, crikey. Large back seats, low boot access if possible. One of the dogs only has 3 legs, and the car needs to be good on frequent short journeys. Okay, right. Now a car that immediately springs to mind here, because it's perfect for those who care less about image, but for those who care about the important things like practicality, and that is the Skoda Superb Estate. Now it has some of the biggest back seats of any car on sale, with plenty of legroom and plenty of headroom. Now if you do short journeys rather than long ones, go for a petrol rather than diesel. The 1.4 petrol will be efficient on fuel and it's good on short journeys. But if you need a bit of extra punch, there's the 1.8 petrol and the 2-litre petrol as well. Now the good thing about the Superb though is its boot. I mean, it has a low loading access, so that's not a problem. But the big thing here is the boot is absolutely ginormous. A number of dogs will easily fit in the back. I mean, for instance, there is a reason why the police use Skoda Superb Estates as dog units. You can't get a better endorsement than that, can you? Now, if you need something a little bit larger and perhaps something that's also a little bit more fun to drive, I would also have a look at the Ford S-Max. Okay, well, that is it today. For some of the latest news and advice when it comes to cars and car buying, log on to Motors.co.uk. And if you have any questions or you need some help buying your next car, drop me a line. You can use the hashtag AskJames as well, and I'll be delighted to help. Until next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.